What's up, O fans? It's Sam here from Olight Canada, but shooting in the studio here at Olight HQ. We have this awesome 18th anniversary sale on right now and a bunch of really cool products. But today's video is a comparison between the awesome little Oclip Pro and the brand new Oclip Ultra. Now, before we got our hands on the new product, I carried the Oclip Pro pretty much since day one, since it came out during Black Friday of last year. It's just a really practical tool to have indoors or outdoors, whatever you need a handy source of light for. You've got the Oclip Pro as a really solid option. Now the Oclip Ultra hits the scene. It's got a lot of similar features, but one main different feature. They both have a spot, they both have a flood. The Oclip Pro has a red light, and the Oclip Ultra has a UV light. Now, the red light is pretty handy for when you're outdoors, camping, hiking, walking the dog, riding your bike, things like that. The Oclip Ultra is meant for different situations. I think where there is some utility for UV outdoors, I think most of the UV utility comes from indoors. So things like when you're going traveling, things like when you're trying to clean up your house, things like when you're doing other creative things with maybe glow-in-the-dark material, other creative pursuits indoors. UV in the Oclip Ultra is really well suited to that. So it's got the same battery and about the same size, but the Oclip Ultra is only 2 or 3 grams heavier than the Oclip Pro, and it's almost hard to tell that it's any additional weight at all. But at 55 grams compared to 53 grams, there is that slight difference. A lot of that difference comes from the difference in material. This one is standard 6061 aluminum, and the Oclip Ultra, if you couldn't tell by the color, is made of OAL. If you dropped your Oclip Pro, it would take a ding out of the aluminum, and that's not uncommon. People have been dealing with that with standard aluminum flashlights for a long time. But this OAL Oclip Ultra is just a beautiful thing to look at when it's new, but also it takes bumps and scratches pretty well. Well, they use the same USB-C charging port. You can see that it is very sturdy, made of steel, and I like to demonstrate that by magnet attachment. That's pretty cool. So it's the same steel flap on both, which is a really good feature for durability. The clip is also about the same strength, same weight, and the magnets are similar as well. Now, where do these differ besides the material? Well, look at the actual visual design. This one is really boxy, really square, very angular, but still feels great in the hand. There's no sharp edges. It's just a beautiful thing. I really like the appearance of the Oclip Ultra. Another major difference is the spotlight and floodlight, which these both have a spotlight and a floodlight, but the brightness is slightly different. The spotlight on the Oclip Ultra goes about 130 meters of rated beam distance compared to 120 meters of rated beam distance on the Pro. So just ever so slightly further performance. Floodlight is going to go from 500 lumens on the Oclip Pro to 530 lumens max on the Oclip Ultra. So that's a small boost. Is it noticeable? It's a little bit noticeable in that maximum output. Let's give a quick shout out to this little guy right here, the navy blue version. Check this out, both together. Now, it has been kind of difficult for OAL to be anodized in a way that is as durable as the metal itself. So after like 100 different anodizing tests, they came up with a navy blue that meets all of the durability requirements that make OAL such a nice material to carry as part of your EDC. This is a really bold and beautiful navy blue. And of course, the olive green, just an absolute fantastic color. Very stylish, very modern. I love the olive green, and I still think the olive green is probably going to be the most durable out of all of them. The navy blue version is, like I said, tested to be quite durable, but with that added pigment, maybe there will still be a chance that it might leave a noticeable scratch. However, with the OAL construction, it's very unlikely to leave any noticeable dings or dents if you drop it. Now, the natural comparison when we start talking about UV light is going to be against the Arkfeld Ultra. So have a good close look at both of these together. I think the Oclip Ultra and the Arkfeld Ultra, the styling is pretty similar. The color is a very good match, and they both have a UV light. Now the UV light on the Arkfeld is about 900 milliwatts of output, and the UV light on the Oclip Ultra is going to be around 800 milliwatts of output. But what you'll notice when you use these side by side is the UV light on the Arkfeld has a bit of a spotlight beam pattern. So it's very intense in the middle with some flood on the outside. The UV light on the Oclip Ultra, however, is going to be a wide open flood, a really even spill. And I think that's actually a great feature to have when you're traveling, when you're looking for your, when you're checking cleanliness on your bed or in your bathroom in your hotel room. You're going to want that wide open flood, lights up everything really evenly so you can get a good look at what you're looking at. Now, if you're looking for UV light outdoors, this one covers a bit more distance. This, again, for indoors is perfect. The fluorescent effects that you get from both of these are actually quite similar. So there's a comparison on the UV light. Do you want to carry a UV light in your pocket? Does it come in handy for you? Let us know in the comments. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about. If you have an Arkfeld Ultra, do you need to carry an Arkfeld Pro? I would say yes. If you carry a light, a laser, and a UV on your full-size flashlight, and then you carry a backup floodlight, a backup spotlight, and a red light flashlight, that's a lot of light, a lot of different capabilities in your EDC. These two make a great pair. These two together, do you need to carry both of these together? Of course, they do still complement each other. You get your backup floodlight, you get your backup spotlight, so that it can come in handy. However, it's very notable that you are duplicating your UV functionality, and you lose out on your red light functionality. So, do you need to carry both of these together? You can, but I don't know if you strictly need to. I think it's at the point where this thing is so well built, pretty good runtime, pretty good output. It's not 1400 lumens, it's 530 lumens, but you could actually probably carry the Oclip Ultra instead of your Arkfeld Ultra if this is a little bit too long or a little bit too heavy, but you still want to carry something really robust with that OAL construction and very bright and reliable. Well, then maybe the Oclip Ultra can be that one and only flashlight that you carry on and that you rely on for your everyday carry needs. If you want to carry an Oclip with your Arkfeld Ultra, maybe you still end up carrying your Oclip Pro. If you want to carry both of these together, you absolutely can. They're a gorgeous matching set. But if you only want to carry one, maybe it can be the Oclip Ultra. So there you go. A nice comparison of the Oclip Ultra compared to a couple of other awesome Olight flashlights. So if you enjoyed or if you learned something, please leave a like here on the Olight Canada YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.